Well, hello, my YouTube friends. So we're going to take a look at these boots I bought last year from Thursday Boot Company. I first saw them advertising on Twitter, and I went ahead and went for it, ordered them online. The sizing was very good. Okay, you can see that these are an 11.5. Now the tennis shoes that I wear, I always get size 12. And the instructions did say to get a half size smaller. And I believe this style is called the President, if I remember correctly. I don't know what that serial number is, but these were made in Mexico. So, okay, I guess. I like these, and the reason I bought them is because you can see that the toe is very narrow or short or whatever you want to call this right here. It's slim. And when I ride the motorcycle with my toe shift, I have to go under the shift lever to shift up. And I can't have like a big steel toe taking up a lot of space. Now you can see that my aluminum peg, it does mar or does rub off on the leather. I have polished these several times in the year that I've owned them. I just put some brown shoe polish on it, Kiwi brand, I think, or something, and rub it on, polish it, regular. They come out looking pretty good. I looked at the original video when I posted the unboxing, and man, they were beautiful. Now they're okay, right? Now they have character. The sole is very thin, and it has that sole. You've probably seen it before. The thread's starting to wear away right here. I haven't looked into what it's going to take to get them resoled. I might have a new, like maybe just the heel done first, because on this one, it's getting kind of thin right there. But I've been very happy. They were quite comfortable. And, I can appreciate a nice pair of shoes. These were around $200. I liked them well enough to order another pair, but this time I got the Made in USA, and they were $260 or something like that, and the whole thing delivered, free delivery, but it was like $280, $290 or something. Figured $300 and you get some change back. And again, these are from the Made in USA part of their video or their online catalog. So this invoice, what's it say here? Okay, French Roast Vanguard boot. Okay. So if you can see it, there's a description. No price on it. So here's the shoe box in a box. Okay, let's see how they look. All right. Uh-oh. Handcrafted, small batch. All right, someone signed it, so okay. You're seeing them as I am seeing them, because I just now opened it. You saw me cut the plastic tape, or you saw me cut the tape. So here's how they come delivered. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's move this back. Well, the toe, it's a little bit taller than the other one. It has that extra piece of leather right here. They call that a toe cap, I guess. Right, it's not a steel toe. I don't know if that makes it tougher or what that is. But I definitely wanted like the Made in USA. The sole looks like the same sole. Okay. All right. If you can see in there, Thursday every day, 11.5 D. And let's zoom in. Made in USA, even though it's kind of blurry. It does say made in USA, right? Made in USA of US and imported parts. And it is, well, let me zoom back out. And it is a boot. So it looks like a boot. It looks more like a boot than the other one. But I'm not necessarily disappointed. Lots of laces. All that in there. And another pair that's a year old. So hold on, let me put these on and we'll see how they work with the toe shifter on the bike. Okay, hold on a second. All right, nope, never mind, not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to now go through the return process, which is the part about online shopping that I don't like, where if you're in a brick and mortar store, you can just try them on, see how they fit. The sizing was perfect on these, 11.5. So I went with the 11.5 on this one. As I said, my tennis shoes are all size 12, but these got like no room for my toes in here. My toes are squished together. My big toes, like right at the front right there. Yeah, so let's try this. Curious. So there's the sole of that one. And I'm going to put the heel. Okay, the heels are both on the table. And no, the sole is actually longer. But that just feels tighter. Well, let me try them on again. Let me see. Let's hold on. Well, the sizing is okay because I put them on. I went to a thinner sock, right? I had a really thick boot sock, and it is tight, but the toe, and as they break in, I should be okay with the fit. All right, now I want you to notice on my left, you can see the stitching all the way around it. Okay, now on my right, the top of the boot, the toe, see how the stitching is covered up right there? So the stitching's there, but when you look down, you can't see it. I mean, that actually gives me a little bit more room for my toe, but they're uneven. Either give me the room or don't give me the room, but make them even. Now I want you to look at the tongue. Notice that my left, right here, the tongue is wrapping around toward the outside. But on my right, the tongue is nice in the middle. And I tried to move it around and get like, okay, what's going on here with this tongue? So the tongue is good on the right boot, but the toe stitching or the toe cap or whatever's going on here, right? You can't see the thread. Now, if the thread was black and you couldn't see it on either side, that would be a different story, but the thread is white or very light colored. I mean, so that, does that mean it's clearly part of the style? The edge of the leather, you know, is white, kind of matches. The tongue, that, right, and I tried to pull it, you know, if I try to center it up now, see how it has that, okay, that right, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, it seems like it should fall. I don't have to do anything with this right size or right side to put the tongue in the middle. All right, now when I lace it and squeeze it together, the tongue's going to do what it's going to do. All right, but on this one, if I lace it and squeeze it together, and when you saw that, the tongue's almost coming out. Look at the difference right there. Okay, the tongue is just falling where it does. If I squeeze the lace area, look, it's going over. So I'm going to get on the phone or get on the internet or whatever and exchange these for another identical pair that hopefully are made properly. So it's going to be a big hassle. It's going to be 2 more weeks before I can wear them. And these are the American-made boots. The Mexican-made, the first pair I bought, I didn't have any issues with these. 0. Made in Mexico, but you know, these made in USA, support your own, buy American, the job you save may be your own. And that's what I get right there. Yeah, so I'll let you know how the return process goes, but I'm giving Thursday Boot a big F on this one, a big fail. All right, my friends, you have a good day. And look at this. I mean, you believe me already, but I just picked them up and put them on the table because I'm going to box them up and everything, get ready. I didn't want to, you know, rub too much on the sole. So, you know, maybe they could sell it to some, but look at the tongue, how the tongue fell, right? I didn't do that. I have no need to try and fake it to make them look good or bad. This tongue don't do it. $300, like $290 or $280, whatever it was, you know, including tax. So tax may be different in your state, but yeah, F. Big time F. All right, my friends.